Hello, hello. That go live signal comes up on you pretty quick. Good morning. Good morning. It's a Thursday morning. It is January the 25th. I'm stumbling over my words. My name is Alisa Tilsner. I'm a Stampin Up demonstrator in Australia, and I go live every Thursday morning at this time, which is 10 a.m. in South Australian time, Adelaide time. And we go live for, I've got straight here, we go live for some card making on Thursday morning. I am here to help you with your card making journey, make it as stress-free as possible, and, you know, hopefully show you some little tips and some ideas, some layouts, colors, and see how my creative mind sort of works. Good morning, Katrina. Now, I do stream live to YouTube and Facebook at the same time. If you happen to be on YouTube on a mobile device, you can actually pinch your screen and zoom in to see what I am working on if you need to. So I am going to be playing with one of the celebration items because I thought, I don't think I've done that yet. So, you know, celebration's nearly halfway over, and I don't know that I've actually showed you anything with celebration stuff. Good morning, Christina. So let's not muck around. I've got stray hairs this morning. I washed my hair this morning, and it's parting in a weird spot, and it's just doing whatever it wants to do. Okay, maybe it's the weather because it's just started raining here. We've had weird weather. Okay, let me get my camera switched around, figure out which buttons I'm pressing. There we go. Okay, so we are going to look at, and I think this has probably been the most popular, I would think, the Flight and Airy Designer Series Paper. Good morning, Anita. I know, it's just like the strays are getting everywhere, and I'm starting to get a couple of greys, and they want to be curly, and they just want to stick right up in the air. So I'm trying not to pull them out. I just want them to, you know, calm and lay flat. I don't mind having the grey, just, you know, as long as they behave. So we're going to be looking at the Flight and Airy, which is a celebration item. So you can score this pack of paper. I'm only showing you a 6x12. You can actually score a free packet of this when your order is $90 in Australia. So it is gorgeous, Anita. So let me just quickly run through. So we are watercolored birds and beautiful floral print on the reverse side. We'll just go through them pretty quickly. So that one's really pretty. Oh, I could have, I've done a little bit of fussy cutting this morning just before I came on, and I thought, oh, I'm just looking at this one now thinking, oh, that one would be a really nice one. It would be definitely a fussy cut, but you know, if you like fussy cutting, it's not such a big deal. So, and then we've got sort of, oh, I don't know sort of what texture to call that, but that looks pretty cool too, sort of like a watercolor one. So very, very pretty. And I really like the delicate flowers and the delicate colors in these ones. Good morning, Nicole. You know, you always send us your weather. So what's your weather doing at the moment? This one's a really good one to fussy cut. Lost Lagoon on the other side. More watercolor birds, and then we've got some pecan pie. Yeah, and then you can see this is the one that I fussy cut this morning. I thought I better fussy cut it. And then that beautiful blue, which I think we might use that as well. So I've got a layout in mind. It is one of the same layouts that will be in my Creative Card Makers Club cards, but of course the card will be different. So, but it is the same layout as what I'm using for one of them. Now I've got piles of stuff beside me, so I'm just going to clear some of this stuff out behind me. Hello, Cindy. Welcome. It's her first time seeing me live. Woohoo! She's from North Dakota in the US. So, okay, so I've got some things. I did fussy cut. I'm going to bring this up to the screen so that you can see him a little bit better. And I was going to just come in and fussy cut just a little bit more in this area just to balance it up because I've sort of, I'm a little bit unbalanced. Thank you so much, Cindy. So, and I was going to do that, and I pulled the lid off my scissors and I was just getting ready to do that. And I looked up at the screen and it said, go live. And I was like, oh, I better put this down. So I'm just going to come in really gently and do this now. Wow, it is really coming down with rain out there. So we've had one I know we got Nicole, you sent your hot weather to us the other day. I know you guys have been having some hot weather, and South Australia got a little bit hot a couple of days ago. I think it hit 40 degrees here, which I think is about 110 for our US friends. I'm not 100% sure. That's just balanced me up a little bit. And today and you know, I'm lucky where we live because we're right on the tip of the peninsula. We tend to cool down a whole lot quicker than everyone else does. So we have cooled down and it is raining. It is really raining. Okay, that's a really wide image. I didn't even measure that. So I'm going to have probably a little bit of overhang on my card. Maybe, I don't know. Okay, so if while I'm doing this, you'll notice that I'm not going to be giving you measurements as we go along. If you want the measurements for any of the cards that we make during our lives, make sure that you're on my newsletter list. So you can head on over to alisatilsner.com and you'll see the subscribe button there. I think I did put the subscribe link in the description of the video as well. So you can race over afterwards and you'll also get a free tutorial as soon as you sign up. And that way tomorrow I'll send out my newsletter and you will get all the measurements for this card, all the supplies, everything that I've used so that you can recreate this card should you wish. So I will leave that actually up for a little bit. See, Nicole's just had a few cooler days and now they're back to mid-30s. Okay, so we're getting your cool weather now and then by Sunday, I think it is, we'll be back up to 30 as well. So very hot in New South Wales. See, now you're getting the weather that we had the last couple of days. So it always seems to, you know, scoot from, you just watch the west and then you know what's coming. Let me just get rid of that so we've got a bit more room. Okay, so white thick base. And I'm going to trim my, because I think this one sort of looks the best. I feel like a little bit of blue today. My hubby's just left and I always get the blues when he leaves. So he's away till Monday. He misses out. I miss out. We won't be having lamb chops for barbecue on tomorrow. So, and I think my eldest son's working, possibly my youngest son, so I may actually have the day to myself. Okay, so I've just got a small trim going on there. Oops, I should have checked to see what's on the other side because that is going to be a little bit crucial. Well, I don't think things through very well because when I did this layout for my club members, I used cards, so I didn't have to worry about what was on the other side. Okay, so I'm just going to tear an area off from that area there, okay? And I'm not going to keep that bit. I'm just going to throw that away. And then I'm going to, well, it's not going to matter too much, I don't think. And then I'm just going to roll those edges just to tatty them up a wee bit. Whoops, I better come back to my comments so I can see. Good evening, Adriana. I'm sorry if I don't pronounce your name correctly. Very nice anyway. Okay, so I'm just going to roll that down and then I'm going to pop a little bit of, this is Misty Moonlight, and I kept these little bobbly things in as much as I could because I thought they would pick up nicely in the blues, in the darker blue, because it is slightly a darker shade. So I'm just going to trim this down now. And of course, I'm not going to use all of that card. I just want to have enough so that it comes down behind. So I will just have to measure that. Right. So you do need a fairly decent sized piece to go behind there. But of course, you know, all these measurements you will get in the newsletter tomorrow. So hello, Nairi and Dana. Wow, Deb's coming in. Okay, now I'm going to really mess up your name. Ninfa from Maryland. Hello. I apologize. Everyone's got, well, I suppose my name is unusual as well, doesn't it? Everybody pronounces my name wrong, but I try not to. I'm just like, oh, well, I've just got one of those names. And I have to say, and I apologize, but you Americans are the worst at pronouncing my name. So it must be the vowel thing. All right, so we're just going to stick that down. And then I'm going to come in and I'm going to tear that edge off as well. And then I'll give that a good roll. Christina, oh no, Christina says she's just knocked her full cup of coffee all over the table. Oh, thank goodness she's just watching and not crafting. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. No, I fussy cut that bird. So I did that off screen because I knew that I wanted to take my time to do it. It wasn't too bad. I'm going to bring it up. It wasn't too bad to cut, but definitely take your time. I mean, I didn't, you know, if you wanted to get really, really fussy, I did come back in and do a little bit extra at the start of the video, but you know, you don't, if you wanted to be really, really particular, I don't have it, but there's a craft knife that you can put on the take a pick tool. Is that what it's called? Take a pick? And but I don't have that, but you could actually go in and die cut those areas a little bit more if you really wanted to. So thank you. I enjoy fussy cutting as long as I'm in a calm, controlled area. I don't mind the fussy cutting. Had I tried to fussy cut it on screen, I would have been freaking out a little bit, and it would not. I would have hacked into the leaves or cut bits off, or because I always try and rush when I'm doing that. So anyway, I'm chitter-chatting again. Right, let's get this stuck down. I think this is going to be a fairly quick card, to tell you the truth, probably because I sort of already know what I'm doing. So if you're reusing layouts that you've used for other things, the card making process is a whole lot quicker because you're not fluffing around going, oh, should I put this here or should I put that there? Or, it just flows really quickly. So don't stress about using layouts over and over again. It just speeds up your speeds up the process, I think. Now, have I got enough to die cut? I want a large circle, but I don't know whether that's going to be. Actually, I pulled out 2 sets. I bought the Nested Essentials, and so I didn't know whether I wanted to put something like this behind it or whether I wanted to put a circle behind it. So if you want to, that may not be enough. It may just get covered too much. Actually, that would probably look nice in this. See, now this is where things start to go astray. That would probably look, I thought vellum, but maybe blue. All right, feel free to, input what you thought. So I was thinking vellum, but maybe blue. Let's put the vellum down. Maybe that'll be too soft. I do want to do my sentiment white embossed on the blue though. So maybe back to, I know the blue looks good, but although I could do it on blue and then I could just stamp my sentiment on white with Misty Moonlight. I could do that. See how things change. I thought it would be really cool and use vellum for something different, but sometimes these plans don't really go the way. So chuck that right away. I think that's what I will do instead, because that's a fairly big statement piece, that flower. So cardstock's better. Yeah. I thought, I haven't used vellum in such a long time, and now is that going to fit there? Maybe I'll bring that down the bottom. No, actually I was going to stamp in white now, wasn't I? all these things. And that'll be easy because then I won't have to get all my embossing stuff out. Yes, Lynn, I think you are right. That blue is going to make the bird pop a little bit more. Oh, I just managed to squeeze that in. Yep. Whew. Just by the skin of my teeth. Okay, so these dies, if you're wondering, these are the Nested Essentials dies. And Pip Todman made me buy them. She's made me buy a few things. I don't regret them. I haven't regretted any of them. So if you don't have that one, it's got some cool shapes in there. All right. Don't mind my one fingernail. I painted my fingernails the other day and then I bought some new polish and I just wanted to see what the color looked like. So I thought, oh, I'll just do one nail. I didn't want to take them all off again. So there we go. So it's just going to be quite a subtle, you know what I could have done also, which I haven't done, but I'm not going to worry about it, is I could have put some ink blending around the edges to really, you know, make that a little bit warmer as well. Oh, Adrienne says her daughter's going to Centerville Saturday to get a new horse. Small world. Somebody else must be from there then. I can't see. Nope. Okay. Not relevant to me. I will move on. All right. So I've got some white here and I've got my usual, my go-to happy birthday artistically inked. It's just the right size. Sometimes I like a smaller one, but I think that this will work nicely. I usually just sort of pop it on my card just to go, yeah, I think that'll fit. It'll cover a little bit of the flowers, but not enough to, you know, take away from it at all. So I've got my embossing stuff out, but we are going to have a change of plans. Oh, you know what? Let me try something different. I just had a thought there. I re-inked this yesterday because I've been doing some black embossing. I have not black embossed for such a long time, but I've got so much black embossing powder now because I had to, you know, buy all three of them again because I wanted more white. And now I've got black and clear, so I'm going to have to start using those colors. So anyway, yeah, so I've done some black embossing, which has been pretty cool. I've liked it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is get my Misty Moonlight out and my Versamark, and hopefully this works. I re-inked it yesterday. Get my, no, I don't want white now. I've made that mistake live before. I need my clear. I need my clear embossing. Oh, I have actually done that in the raw. I meant to have clear and I used white instead. So I'm going to ink this up in Versamark. Get it all nice and sticky. We will need to work quickly. I know that Miss Pip's terrible. I'm going to have to, oh, my clear, I don't know whether you can see that. Have a look at my clear. Does anybody else's embossing powder get like that? Oh, dear. Okay, so I'm going to ink it up in my Versamark. Then I'm going to dip it into my Misty Moonlight. And then I'm going to stamp. I've got hair on my desk. And then real quickly, I'm going to tip over my filthy clear powder. Get my words out. Look at it. It's gross. Look at it. Oh, it's not too gross. It's pretty. It'll add a whole new look to the card. Anita said she accidentally embossed clear on black when trying to do white. Okay, that's even worse than me. All right, so now we can, let me get my, grossy Josie. Oh my goodness, and my thingy's dry. I had it folded over, so that side's a little bit wet still. Now I am covered in glittery embossing powder. Yucky, yucky. Anyway, okay. And our glass mat here is heat resistant, so I can actually hold that down and do it straight on my glass. Oh, and burn my finger. Okay, just make sure we get it all. So there we go. We have now, whoops, we have Misty Moonlight embossed Happy Birthday, which isn't showing up too good on screen. I'm trying to catch that, but anyway, in real life you can see it, and there's just a sneak little bit of glitter in there as well. Okay. Ruth says that she has embossed core colors without Versamark. Oh, you have to be really quick. Yes, you would. You would definitely have to be quick. Now, way back before, like really way back, did Stampin' Up, if anybody was around like 20 years ago type thing, did Stampin' Up have, I know our water-based stamp pads died, but I reckon that they used to have all the colors in a pigment ink as well, because pigment ink you can because it takes longer to dry, you can emboss that pretty smartly. But I reckon they used to have all the colors in pigment ink as well. That's going back really far. Hello, Susie. She has found me. Yes. Wednesday, 7 p.m. for you. That's right. It's not a bad time. And then, of course, everyone has time changes and then it all changes again. So, anyway, I'll leave you stuck on there. Okay, so there we go. That is going to just sit just down there. And then we just need some bling on it. So we're doing quite well. Yeah, that's what I thought, Holly. Holly said that, yes, SU had craft ink. Was it called? Yes, because the dye ink is called Classic. And then the pigment ink was called Craft, which is why the white, I do believe, is still called Craft. Yeah. There you go. A little bit of trivia for everyone. I thought that they did. But we didn't get them. I don't think we got them. Well, we obviously didn't get them here in Australia. I don't know whether they were still there, whether we still had them at that time, or whether, Australia just didn't get them. But I'm sure that if we had them, I probably would have had them, if you know what I mean. And I don't have them. So, okay, let's get some of these guys stuck down. I am going around the edges. So I might have to use a mix of, actually I don't think I've got any minis. I'm going around the edge on my minis as well, so I might as well just go around the edge on these. Oh, my stomach is rumbling. Oh, my youngest son he has to get up. They're doing overtime at work, so he's starting work at 6:30 in the morning now. So I get up. Well, I'm not getting up at the same time as him, but I am getting up a little bit earlier too, which means breakfast is a little bit earlier. And that's probably why my stomach is rumbling, because I have a good breakfast. Yes, Holly said if your ink pad is juicy enough and you hurry, you can emboss the clear over the classics. So have everything set up, ready to go. Have your embossing powder open and then quick, and you should be able to get it on there. So oops, getting them all. Okay, get you off. I'll Okay, and oops, stuck to my finger. Got them all. All right, so we'll stick this down over the top. Whoops. Stick down where I don't want to see. Now I've got these here, so that's going to give me a little bit of interference, but we'll just plonk it down anyway. I've got a tiny little bit of overhang on the edge here, but I trim my cards down a little bit so they will still go in the envelope, no worries. And then we'll pop this down. So I think I just need a tiny little bit of dimensional right on the very tip. Now I'll probably just use a half of one, I reckon, half of the edge. And then I can just use, hello Priscilla, and then I can just use my seal for the rest. Oops. Go, pop that down straight over the flowers, almost to the edge. Oh man, my stomach is really grumbling. I'm assuming that it's not getting picked up, but apologies if it is. Okay, so now we just need some bling, and these ones are the newest in color dots. So we have got the boho blue, I've got boho blue here, so I thought they would probably sit quite nicely with these. Actually, I might use the medium ones. I've got plenty of them. Watch out where you put your bling, because you know we don't want bird poop bling. So it's just one of those things. And we've got quite a bit of it's going to be one of those things where it's like, I can't get them to sit properly. I might do a few more. I've got so much bling tucked away in storage, like retired stuff, and so sometimes you just need to use them. There we go. I'll use 5 today. Normally I'll just use 3, which is probably why I've got so much bling left over, but I haven't gotten rid of them because sometimes, you know, they retire and you want that color. So there we go. There is my card. So there we have it. Ta-da! Easy, quick and easy. Glad I didn't use the vellum instead. So that was it. So that's not too bad. Like I said, I did fussy cut off screen. So what's that? Probably you know, less than half an hour for the card, but there we go. I quite like it. You could put some Wink of Stella on there too, I reckon. You could paint. Oops, that was the leaf. I was only going to paint the flowers. Oopsie. That one's got a bonus one. Here we go, just throw it down. Love Wink of Stella. You don't have to be neat. And I'll do the bird as well. There we go, just for a little pop. Just for a wee little pop. Wink of Stella was my first contraband that I bought, and then I was so happy when Stampin' Up started stocking it, and then I always forget to use it. So I might do a double layer of that, just so that it sparkles just a little bit more. Okay, Nicole said she just checked some of her ink pads. Some of her oldest ink pads are from 25 years ago, and they are still working. You know what? I have got what have I been a demonstrator for? 17, just nearly 17 and a half years. Oh, wait. It's my anniversary in April. That means it'll be 18 years. Holy cow. And April's not that far away. Whoa. And I've still got my original ink pads from my starter kit. So, and they're all still going really well. Okay, so that is it. So just one more reminder, because I did keep forgetting to remind. If you want the instructions for this card, then jump on over to alisatilsner.com. You'll see the subscribe button. You'll get one tutorial instantly when you join up, and then every week then I send out the tutorials that we make during our live so that you can go and recreate them as well. So thank you very much. Just a few things because it's the end of the month. I don't know why I'm looking at my watch when I say it's the end of the month, nearly the end of the month. Creative Card Makers Club, you can still join now in order to get, I'll give you a quick sneak peek. Whoop, they're the colors that we're using. They're pretty, not using any designer series paper this time, which is a bit different. So they are all cards and really pretty. So we're using the Enduring Beauty Bundle for February. Oh, my stomach's really bad. I'm going to have to go and have something to eat. Okay, so I will see you this time next week. Hopefully, well, I may be able to get on Monday. I'm not sure. I've just got so much going on behind the scenes for lots of other different projects that I'm working on. But Thursdays are always a guaranteed regular. So take care. Have a great weekend. Have it's a long weekend in Australia. So enjoy your extra time off, and hope you have a chop on the barbie. Got to have a lamb chop, don't you, on Australia Day? So have a great day. Have a great weekend, and we will catch you next week. See you later.